Happy Sentinels Tuesday, all you lucky, lucky people. Today's letters page was, of course, the mirrored universe where all the heroes are villains and vice versa. And it just so happens that the new Cauldron release is lined up with this. So we're going to do some wacky, wacky shit. Our villain today is Outlander. And if it's not obvious, he is the evil version of the Knight. You can see from the symbols he is both the Knight and Drift's nemesis. From what I gather, he's kind of a collection of knights from other dimensions where Sir George of Monmouth was not necessarily a nice guy, and they're kind of all layered over top of each other, dimensionally speaking, if that makes sense. He is pretty interesting. I played a game against him already. He's tough, but beatable. He's a fun challenge. Facing him, we've got the new Cauldron hero, Pyre, and if you can't tell, he is Heroic Grey. If you remember back a while ago, I ran a character called Fusion. He was also a hero conversion for Grey, but this is the official one now, and he's way different. Joining him are Heroic Infinitor, playing off Captain Cosmic's deck. This was made by Mistilitane. Friction, playing off Tachyon's deck, also made by Mistilitane. And Visionary, Quiet Dreams. If anything is going to make this game really weird, it's going to be her, because you'll notice she's got 0 hit points and a setup card and a decoy projection. So this is at the start of the game, search your deck for a card named Decoy Projection, put it into play, shuffle your deck, put the Visionary's character card into play, Awoken Dreamer side up. So I'm going to flip it in just a moment. The gameplay section says that the Visionary would deal damage to herself, instead deal that damage to the hero target with the lowest HP. If all other heroes are incapacitated, the heroes lose the game, so this is basically her incapacitated side. At the start of your turn, you may deal each other hero character card 1 irreducible psychic damage and flip this card. If you do not, skip the rest of your turn. So we're going to go ahead and put her into play. Awoken Dreamer side up, she has 3 hit points. If she would be destroyed, she flips. Start of your turn, you may destroy a decoy projection and put a decoy projection from your trash into play. So basically, you can always have a decoy projection out at full health, and her power is just draw a card. This variant was created by a fellow named Rab K, and I'm interested in it because I've also made a Heroic Dreamer variant myself. I don't know if or when I will ever show that off because it's part of a set, and that's not a set that I'm working on. Our environment today is the Halberd Experimental Research Center, one of the nastier Cauldron environments, but one that I honestly think is kind of fun, and it fits today's theme because it's got a lot of targets that help out the heroes until something goes wrong, and then they help out the villain. That being said, let's go ahead and see what Outlander's got for us. Notice he's only got 20 hit points. The Dreamer's the only villain with fewer. Start of the game, he enters play Fragmented Rift Warrior side up, search the villain deck for all trace cards, put 1 into play at random, put the rest beneath this one, shuffle the villain deck. So I've got all the trace cards sitting over here. I love his card back, that just really sums up his character. We'll go ahead and put the first one into play. It is Crusader. And notice this is just a trace. It's not an ongoing or anything, these just come into play. Increased damage dealt by Outlander by 1. Oh, this is going to be a rough game. I beat him the first time I played him, but he really made me work for it. Into the villain turn, Outlander deals the 2 non-villain targets with the highest HP 2 irreducible melee damage each. So his gameplay just says cards beneath this one are not considered in play, trace cards are indestructible, and when he would be destroyed, he flips instead. We'll find out what happens in a minute. So we're going to start with Outlander. Knight's Hatred. Oh, cripes. Ongoing. Increased damage dealt by Outlander by 1. Reduced damage dealt to Outlander by 1. This is going to be really rough. I'm already having a very bad feeling because I've essentially got 3 support heroes and 1 very bad damage dealer. Oh boy. At the start of the villain turn, destroy this card, so he just gets a round of being a little more badass. End of his turn, he hits the 2 highest for 2 each. Well, for 3 each, so that's Pyre, and we'll say Infinitor. Okay, so if you're not familiar with Pyre, and why would you be? He's brand new. His mechanic focuses around this little radiation symbol. I'm just going to say tap. It is technically irradiate, but he will, by irradiating cards, he makes you turn them sideways in your hand, or turn them upside down, or put them on the table. People have been talking about all kinds of ways that they do this. This is very easy to replicate in Tabletop Simulator, though, because you can just turn the cards in your hand. Irradiating cards allows him to do various effects, but it also puts the team in a little bit of danger because he has 2 one-shots that, if he draws them, go into play and hit everybody based on the number of irradiated cards. I'm going to start with Containment Breach. I haven't played this card yet. I've only played him once too. I love that artwork and the frickin' flavor text, no more limits or warnings, let's have a little insanity. He is climbing out of this big bunker-ass looking suit and bringing the fight to everything. Alright, it says whenever a player plays a tapped card, increase energy damage dealt by Pyre by 1 until the end of your turn, and shuffle a Cascade card, that's those one-shots I mentioned, from your trash into your deck. That power is not going to do much since Outlander has damage reduction at the moment, So we use Exponential Decay. One player draws a card. Tap that card until it leaves their hand. Shuffle a Cascade card from your trash into your deck. I think we will start with Friction. Oh, she needs a thingy. So she draws a card, it's Blinding Speed, and we tap it. Now it's irradiated. I have no Cascade cards in my trash, so I shuffle my deck and draw. I think we will start with an Energy Bracer, and I just noticed I healed him 3 instead of dealing him 3. Let's fix that. Actually, let me put that on Pyre. His power is Command the Whispers. Each construct in play deals itself 1 psychic damage. For each construct destroyed this way, Captain Cosmic may deal the target 2 energy damage. So it's a slightly better version of Destructive Response, with the added effect of being able to activate the healing and power ones. I can't remember what the fuck they're called. Dynamic Siphons, and I don't remember what the healing ones are called. It doesn't matter. Friction is going to start with a Nimble Strike, because she can't hit him, but that'll give her an extra card and a burst. Her power is Uncertainty Principle. Play the top card of your deck and shuffle that card into your deck. Friction deals herself and 1 target lightning damage equal to the number of cards you played this turn. So we'll go ahead and do that. Oh, damn. It's HUD Goggles. That means that gets shuffled back into her deck. And then she deals herself 2 and hits Outlander for 1. Oh boy, we do not have a high damage dealing party here. Okay, Mind Spike him for 2, and then she draws 2 cards. Which, honestly, card draw for Visionary is really useful because you can keep going after the good stuff. Time for the Herc. It's Siren. There are no chemical triggers in play. The first time the hero target with the highest HP would be dealt damage each turn. Redirect that damage to the villain target with the highest HP. So if chemical trigger comes into play, something changes. We'll figure that out when it happens. Start of his turn, Knight's Hatred goes away. And he plays Riftblade Strikes. This is one of those cool callback cards to one of the Knight's cards, because, I mean, what is the Outlander? He's essentially Cauldron's answer to Iron Legacy. The Knight is, you know, one of the core game heroes. He's like kind of the first one everybody plays because he's really easy. He factors into a lot of the lore, and this is his evil version. Anyway, Outlander deals the non-villain target with the second highest HP 2 fire damage. 3 fire damage to Friction. Outlander deals the non-villain target with the highest HP 4 melee damage. So Siren redirects that right back to himself. So he hits himself for 4. Actually hits himself for 5. Wow, he has done more damage to himself in 1 turn than we did all round. Alright. End of his turn, he hits the 2 highest for 3 each. Pyre and Infinitor. I'm going to play Atmosphere Scrubbers. When this card enters play, you may use a power. I'm going to use the power on this card. 2 heroes may each discard a card to regain 2 hit points. Each hero who discards a tapped card this way may draw a card. I don't want to discard her tapped card, but she will definitely drop 1 for the burst. Yeah, Dreamer doesn't actually need the hit points. I think maybe he'll go ahead and do that as well. Keep him the highest. Gee, I should actually use Containment Breach. That would be a good idea. So he can deal himself 0 damage and then hit Outlander for 1. And he also hits Siren for 1, but as useful as she is, you kind of don't want to keep the test subjects around for longer than you have to. Wounding buffer on Pyre. And then, yeah, I'll go ahead and Command the Whispers. It makes the constructs not quite so hardy, but eventually I'll get some use out of it. I don't know if I want to use this Hypersonic Assault or save it for later. I think I'll go ahead and Lightspeed Barrage him for 2. Nothing wrong with that. Play the top card of her deck. Ooh, Sonic Vortex, hit him for 3. Shuffle it back in, and then 2 and 2. So she's going to burn herself out pretty quickly. I think Precognition is a good idea. There are a lot of his cards you just don't want to deal with. Yeah, like this one, Anchored Fragment. You can destroy this card if he's dealt H times 2 or more damage in a round. At the start of his turn, he destroys H ongoing and equipment cards. I don't know that we can actually do 8 damage in a turn, so I'm going to throw that on the bottom of his deck. Ooh, I don't want to discard cards. So we're going to go with Knight's Hatred on top again. And then she draws 2 cards. I should probably get Mental Divergence out because he has a lot of ongoings. Alright, Halberd Splinter. He is not a large rat. At the end of the environment turn, if there are no chemical triggers in play, this card deals the 3 villain targets the lowest HP, 1 projectile damage each, so he'll hit Outlander for 1. Which means Outlander will probably take himself out this turn, because he gets another +1 and a -1, and then Crusader makes him hit the 2 highest for 3 irreducible each. So, yeah, the 3 to Pyre goes right back to him, and he flips to Union of the Lost. When Outlander flips to the side, restore him to 20 HP, destroy all copies of Anchored Fragment, and put a random trace card from beneath this one. And if there are fewer than H trace cards in play, he flips. So he basically gets H resurrects, because that very last one, he will stay on this side with full health. So we get another trace. It is Mage Killer. This is the really nasty one. First time a hero one-shot enters play each turn, Outlander deals the hero target with the highest HP 1 lightning damage. Into the villain turn, Outlander deals the hero target with the highest HP 3 melee damage. Anyway, he flips right back. And I honestly, I love this because it's like, he's a very small, soft target, but he flips and powers himself up and comes right back, doing what he was already doing, which is hitting friction for 3. And then at the end, he hits the highest for 4. That is Pyre. He'll get hit for 1 by the wounding buffer. Okay, use Atomic Punch. Select 2 untapped cards in a player's hand. Tap those cards till they leave their hand. If 2 of your cards were tapped this way, increase energy damage dealt by Pyre by 1 until the end of your turn. I will go ahead and do that. Tap both cards in his hand. He gets a +1 to energy damage until the end of his turn, so he will deal Outlander 2 energy damage. Okay, so I could use Containment Breach, which will do 2 energy damage, but it'll also mean that Pyre takes damage from the wounding buffer. Oh wait, you know what? Actually, I was wrong. He doesn't hit himself for 2. He tries to hit himself, and then Siren redirects it to the Outlander. So he actually takes an extra damage. That's really awesome. Draw a card. Let's see. Not quite getting into the territory of... Oh wait, you know what? That was a one-shot. So Outlander would have hit him for 1. He already took the damage from the wounding buffer. Or no, actually no, and then he takes more damage from the wounding buffer. Okay, this is crazy. Fighting Outlander is nuts. Autonomous Blade. Yeah, I'm going to throw that on Pyre, because he's actually doing real good for himself. And then Command the Whispers. 1 more turn, and I can start killing shit. Okay, she can't actually deal any damage. I think she's going to skip and draw 2. Yeah, that's a little better. I'm going to play Mental Divergence. I'm going to use it to kill Knight's Hatred, even though... kind of don't need to. Draw a card. And I should note, she hasn't taken any damage yet, although she's also no longer the lowest hero target. Okay, Herc. It's a chemical trigger. This card is indestructible if at least 1 test subject is in play. At the start of the environment turn, destroy this card. When this card enters play, reveal cards at the top of the environment deck until 2 test subjects have been revealed, put them into play, shuffle the remaining cards in the deck. So now, the fight turns against the environment, by which I mean the environment turns against the heroes. We get, we get Alpha and Foam Core. Okay, that could be worse. Alright, so now all of their text changes. There's a chemical trigger in place. So the first time a non-hero target would be dealt damage each turn, redirect that damage to the hero target with the highest HP. That's... ooh, she needs to go. Splinter deals the 3 hero targets the lowest HP, 1 projectile damage each. That'll be fun. Alpha makes each test subject deal the hero target with the highest HP 1 melee damage, and Foam Core reduces damage dealt to villain targets by 1. Okay, so let's see, he hits the 3 lowest, which is actually all 3 of the constructs, I'm going to say. Darn, I wish I'd gotten destructive response out. Oh well, I wasn't expecting him to turn against me, but you always should. The hero target with the highest HP for 1 melee damage. So that's 4, which, you know what, I think, okay, so... Jeez, if we play this on Pyre, the wounding buffer's damage is going to get flipped around a bunch. So I think we're going to hit Minotaur. And Foam Core is just doing his thing. Okay, start of his turn doesn't matter because his thing went away. Anchored Fragment, here we go. This card in his play, Outlander deals the hero target with the highest HP, 1, 2 melee damage. That is Pyre. Wounding buffer goes off. Siren redirects that to the highest, which I'm going to say is also Pyre, which means the wounding buffer takes itself out. I'm okay with that. Alright, so we have to deal him 8 damage this turn, or we're going to lose a bunch of our shit. Admittedly, we don't have a lot of shit to lose, but we have some shit to lose. Okay, he hits the 2 highest for 3 irreducible damage each. That is Friction and Pyre. And then he hits the highest for 4, that's Infinitor. I don't have a good feeling about this one, guys. I'm going to play Cherenkov Drive. End of your turn, 1 player may select a non-irradiated card in their hand and tap it till it leaves their hand. Then they may use a power on that card. That power destroys the card, discard it instead. So, that's really awesome. Although nobody has any extra powers at the moment. Well, that's not entirely true. Okay, yeah, I'm going to use Containment Breach, although, shit, that's not really going to help, is it? Using Containment Breach, he hits himself for 1, which means the Autonomous Blade goes off. Whatever he hits with that, it's going to Friction. But then he hits everything for 1, which means he does no damage to Outlander, but he can hit all of these assholes. And that's helpful. Draw a card. Oh shit, it's Rogue Fish and Cascade. Here we go. When this card enters your hand, put it into play. Pyre deals each hero with tapped cards in their hand X energy damage, where X is the number of tapped cards in all hands. Reveal the top card of your deck and draw or discard it. So, we've got 2 tapped cards, so he's hitting himself, and he hits Friction. And then Thermonuclear Core. Okay. And I think the reveal and discard is just in case you have both of them back to back, then you don't have to worry about it. Draw that. So, that's the downside of Pyre. Okay, Destructive Response, Command the Whispers, draw a card. Okay, I guess if nothing else, Visionary can take out Anchored Fragment. So, HUD Goggles, oh boy, Accelerated Assault. Okay, so she's going to hit Splinter first because he's probably the least bad of the group. So that gets redirected to Infinitor. And then she hits everything else. Goodbye, Siren. We don't like you. And she can't hit Outlander. It's fine. So she's played 2 cards so far. Reveal, It goes right back into her deck. 1, 2, 3 to herself. And I could take out Alpha or I could hit Outlander. That is kind of what we need to do. Alright, we don't have to worry about stuff being redirected. So, Psychic Maelstrom. And then I will use that to destroy Anchored Fragment because we ain't doing lots of damage. Oh boy, the Aggression Stimulant. This card enters play, search the environment deck and trash for Alpha. Oh, okay, well I just killed him, but whatever. He's easy to kill at least. Increase damage dealt by test subjects by 1. Okay, so, oof, this is gonna suck. Alright, so he hits the 3 lowest for 2 each. That is this, which lets him do 1, 1, and 1, which is enough to take anything out, but that's fine. Things are happening. That's Dreamer, and that's her decoy projection. Foam Core is still doing his thing, and then everybody hits Infinitor for a grand total of 6. Yeah, I think this is going to be a very short and very tragic game. And it's all because the environment sucks to be me. Disarming Blow. I thought I put that on the bottom of his deck. Damn it, why does he have more? Outlander deals the 2 non-villain targets the highest HP, 4 melee damage each, and a hero damage this way discards a card. So that is Pyre and Infinitor. Alright, end of his turn, he hits the 2 highest, and it's non-hero, although the heroes are still the highest, for 3 each, Friction and Pyre, and then he hits the hero target with the highest for 4. I think I've been forgetting to do Mage Killer. It doesn't matter, I think he's gonna win. Alright, Half-Life. Search your deck for an equipment card, put it in your hand, tap it till it leaves your hand, shuffle your deck, you may play an equipment card. Oh yeah, let's see, that means he deals him 2 lightning damage. No, I have to... This is terrible. Shuffle the deck. Play an equipment card, Neutron Force Field. This card is tapped when you play it, it becomes indestructible until the end of your turn. You'll find out why in a moment. Pyre deals each non-hero target 0 energy damage. Unfortunately, that means he deals no energy damage. I'm going to go ahead and use Neutron Force Field, select a hero target until the start of your next turn. That target is immune to damage. Destroy this card. So I'm selecting the Dreamer because she's the highest, and draw a card. Okay, of course, I wanted to protect her because she was the highest. Well, Vitality Conduit. And we'll use Command the Whispers, which means he gets to heal too. Now it's actually useful. Okay, first card play, Blinding Speed. Goodbye, Splinter. Second card play, Lightning Reflexes. Hypersonic Assault. I hit Foam Core first to drop the damage reduction. Alpha hit him. Alright, he did Mage Killer, hit Infinitor. Okay, so now he's... Yeah, that's fine. Second card off Lightning Reflexes, Lightspeed Barrage, hit him for 4. And then let's try doing this. Nope. Ugh. Okay, so start of her turn, we destroy the decoy projection, put it into play so it heals back up. That's now the highest HP hero target. But I couldn't have used Neutron Force Field on it because, you know, I had to destroy it. Okay, Cerebral Hemorrhage. 2 to him, take out Alpha, that will reset the environment. And then I guess just draw a card, unless somebody has an ongoing they want back. Nope. Draw 2 cards. Okay, start of the environment turn, both of the chemical triggers go away. And then we get Emergency Release Protocol. At the end of the environment turn, play the top card of the environment deck. Start of their turn, a player may skip the rest of their turn and destroy this card. That might just happen. But it plays Omega. She's scary. In the environment turn, if there are no chemical triggers in play, this card deals each villain target 2 infernal damage. Not quite enough to take him out. Okay, he plays a card. Out of touch. Oh boy. Oh, good. When this card enters play, Outlander deals the non-villain target with the highest HP. X plus 3 melee damage, where X is the number of trace cards in play. So right now that would be 6 because of his plus 1. Reduce all HP recovery by 1. The start of the villain turn, destroy this card. But he deals no damage. That's great. Okay, Thermonuclear Core. And you know, I kind of wasted that Neutron Force Field because there was no damage happening. When this card enters your hand, select a non-tapped card in your hand and tap it. Doink, I only got 1. At the end of your turn, a player with no tap cards in their hand may draw a card, tap it. This will be very useful because we're kind of running out of cards. I think I'm going to use Atmosphere Scrubbers. Yeah, he'll discard 1, and Friction will discard 1. So because his card was tapped, he gets to draw 1 to replace it, and he draws a card. Alright, end of my turn. Player can tap a card in their hand and use a power on it. I've got a card with a power on it, but nothing to do with it. Oh wait, that's not true. We will tap this Mental Divergence and use it to destroy Out of Touch, so we can heal, because actually that healing was 1. And then someone with no tapped cards in their hand can draw a card and tap it. That'll be Tachyon. Okay, Cat's Cosmic. Any chance of you doing something useful? Probably not. Sustained Influence. Boom, and he heals too. Amazing. Still gonna die. Okay, she's gonna play that Pushing the Limits. Then she's gonna play that Hypersonic Assault. And then she's probably gonna kill herself if she uses her power, so we will just skip and draw 2. Yeah, she hits herself first, so... sad. I don't know if I actually want to hit him. I guess so. Psychic Maelstrom. Okay. He flips, he goes back to 20, he gets another trace. It is Warbrand. First time Outlander deals damage each turn, he then deals the hero target with the highest HP 2 projectile damage. So it's just more damage for his damage. In the villain turn, he hits the 2 lowest for 1 projectile damage each. And then he flips back. You know what? I'm going to use Mental Divergence and put Chromodynamics back on top of Pyre's deck. Because not only is that good for getting the card back into his hand, it means he's not going to get another Cascade just yet. Oh right, I was supposed to destroy the thingy. Oops, I forgot. Well, here goes nothing. Subject Recycling Project. When this device enters play, a random test subject from the environment trash into play and place this card next to it. Otherwise, destroy this card. It's Alpha. Reduce damage dealt to that test subject by 1. If that test subject leaves play, this card is destroyed. It gets 1 less damage. End of the environment turn. Halcyon Cleaners. Oh, hey. There are no chemical triggers in play. Increase damage dealt by this card to test subjects by 5. Wow. In the environment turn, this card deals the target other than itself with the second lowest HP, H fire damage. So it'll be 9. When this card destroys a test subject, play the top card of the environment deck. So, okay, that was the extra play. So first, Omega deals each villain target 2 infernal damage. Oh, except that she can't deal damage, because she got hit by the thingy. Then, Alpha makes everybody hit the villain target with the highest for 1 melee damage, and that's just him. The target other than itself with the second lowest HP. So the lowest... Oh, cripes. Yeah, the lowest is Dreamer, Friction, and Pyre. Oh, wait, no. The lowest is the Construct. So the second lowest is Dreamer, Friction, or Pyre. So we'll have that hit the Dreamer, kill her decoy projection, which means they get to play the top card of the environment deck, and it's Ether. There are no chemical triggers in play. Increase damage dealt by the hero target with the highest HP by 1. Oh, that's cool. Not going to help me just yet. Oh, alright. He plays a thing. Anchored Fragment. He deals no damage, but we have to hit him for 8 this round. Okay, and he deals no damage, and it's the only reason we're alive. Fuck. Fission Regulator. This is extremely important. When Rogue Fission Cascade would enter play, discard it and draw a card. Then put a Cascade card from your trash on top of your deck and destroy this card. So this protects you from 1 Cascade and lets you know that the next one is coming. Use Atmosphere Scrubbers. It says 2 heroes may each discard a card or gain HP. What I want to do is make Friction the highest. So she's going to discard a card, heal 2, which means she gets the +1. She's going to do a buttload of damage. It wasn't tapped, so she doesn't get to draw a card, but he does. Okay, I'm going to give Dreamer a Cosmic Weapon, because that's going to be really important. Oh boy. And then control the Whispers. Well, actually, no, you know what? I'll give that to him, because I don't want him healing. So he'll go ahead and just hit Outlander for 3. Okay, that's going away. And I'm playing Sonic Vortex. She can hit 5 targets for 3 damage each. 4 damage each, excuse me. That's not quite enough to kill Alpha, but actually she's going to hit everything. She only played 1 card, so let's play the top card of her deck. Damn it! So she deals herself 3 damage, which means she's no longer the highest, but she can hit him for 2. And that gets rid of Anchored Fragment. Okay, draw a card. Cerebral Hemorrhage. 2 to him. Oh yeah, and he can deal damage now. Oh shit, which means Mage Killer goes off and he hits the highest for 2. That's Captain Cosmic. Actually, that's the sword. Frick. 2 to him, 2 to Alpha, and 2 to the Cleaners, because cripes. Once again, forgot to skip a turn, but I don't think I can really afford to, even though that last chemical trigger is out there somewhere. Oh yeah, and at the start of her turn, Decoy Projection. Then, does he have any other ongoings? So she will draw 2 cards. She's the only person who is not suffering from the card loss, mostly because she doesn't need to discard the heal, ever. Okay, Combat Pheromones. We're gonna die. Search for Omega. Oh, good, she's already in play. Reduce damage dealt to test subjects by 1. Okay. Oh boy. So, in the environment turn, play the top card of the environment deck. Plasma. She deals each hero target 2 infernal damage. So the first thing she's gonna do is take out that construct, which lets Captain Cosmic deal damage to Outlander. And then he's going to drop that to put it back into play. It gets hit again, which means Friction heals, and then she gets hit and she doesn't die. This takes 4, here it takes 2, Infinitor takes 2, and the sword dies. It's fine. Increase damage dealt by villain targets by 1. Oh yeah, that's the thing that needed to happen. Deals the hero target with the highest HP, H energy damage. That is the Dreamer. There goes her thing. She's probably going to die. I mean, she only has 3 hit points, but still. Outlander, Dimensional Insinuation. Oh god, this card is really nasty. Is an ongoing. When this card is played, search the villain deck for a copy of Anchored Fragment, put it into play, shuffle the villain deck, and play its top card. So, a bunch of stuff happens. Anchored Fragment. So, again, we need to hit him for 8. When that enters play, he hits the hero target with the highest HP for 3, taking out the Dreamer. And actually, I don't think she loses her stuff. It's just I can't do anything but hit everybody else on my turn, because she's not actually incapacitated. That's weird. Alright, that happens. Oh no, he gets another... Oh no, we're dead. We're so dead. there's another anchored fragment. Alright, so he hits the highest for 2. That's this, which lets Infinitor hit him back for 1. Yeah, oof. Okay, shuffle the villain deck, play the top card. Oh my god, are you kidding me? This is the worst possible thing that could happen. I think we're out of dimensional... Yeah, okay, we're out of anchored fragments, so we just shuffle and play. Out of touch. Deals non-villain target with the highest HP, 6, 7, 8 melee damage. That's plasma. Goodbye. Reduce all HP recovery by 1. Okay. Damage dealt by Outlander is reducible. At the end of the villain turn, destroy this card. Okay, I'm going to destroy the other 2 copies as we resolve these back. Okay, now, this one plays the top card of the villain deck. Transdimensional Onslaught. Outlander deals each non-villain target X irreducible psychic damage, where X is the number of trace cards in play, and everybody dies. That's insane. That was 5 damage to everything. He even takes out the test subjects. So, Outlander reigns supreme. Oh man, okay, so I take back my earlier statement. He's really hard. But it mostly comes down to what trace cards you get out. And I like that mechanic because it's very much spite the way he should work. You know, because he's got these 5 trace cards. They're indestructible. If you're playing with 5 heroes, you will see them all, but they come out in a different order every game. You don't get them all at once. You're not sitting around waiting for him to play them. It's all about changing up how he deals damage, how he takes damage, how he reacts to damage. Let me show you the other 2. We've got Archangel. The first time he's dealt 4 more damage from a single source each turn to play the top card of the villain deck. This was fun in the previous game that I played with him because I had Parse, and Targeting Arrow made this really dangerous. It's like, oh, we don't want him hitting himself right now. That would be bad. And he hits everybody for 1 irreducible projectile damage. The other one is Dragonborn. The first time he's dealt damage each turn, he deals the source of that damage 2 fire damage. And at the end, he deals everybody 1 non-irreducible. But yeah, Outlander is a very, very angry boy. Just the dimensional insinuation one after another. I mean, we probably weren't going to survive that turn anyway, but he was like, no, you're stopping now. We're done. We're done. This Dreamer, interesting. As fragile as she is, she's actually pretty viable. Having a decoy projection out all the time means you can make really good use of cards like Brain Burn and Rest the Mind, which, you know, I'm not averse to playing Rest the Mind, but I usually will play it on something that I will kill with the reaction damage. Friction, I'm not so happy about, mostly because she killed herself real fast. Infinitor is not too bad. I mean, that ability isn't super useful. It takes a while to wind up, but you can see if he had drawn better cards, it would have been amazing because he would have been healing everybody and making them use powers. It would have been fantastic. So he's definitely doable. And then Pyre, he tried. He didn't get to do a whole lot. We didn't get to see any of his really cool cards like, yeah, Cellular Irradiation. Select a hero. They activate each of the following in order if they have at least that many tapped cards in their hand. So if they have 1, they use a power. If they have 2, they use a power, then draw a card. 3, deal themselves 2 energy damage. 4, play a card. But with 4 tapped cards in their hand, it's power, draw, damage, play. And that's really, really good. The Fractured Control Rod is what I was looking for. If this card is tapped when you play it, he deals a target 3 toxic damage. Whenever a player discards a tapped card, they may destroy this card to play it. And given that he can gain stuff from discarding tapped cards, he can make other people gain stuff from discarding tapped cards. Having 1 or 3 of those out is really, really nice. Hull Cladding. Reduce damage dealt to and by Pyre by 1. If Containment Breach is ever in play, destroy it or destroy this card. Kind of wish I had gotten that out because I could have sacked the Containment Breach for some damage reduction. Boy, if there was anything I could have done better in this game, it was that Neutron Force Field. I should have gotten the Hull Cladding out instead for the damage reduction because I completely wasted that. Yeah, so that's Outlander. That's one of the not so rare losses in this. Hopefully the video won't put anyone off of fighting him because like I said, the other fight that I had against him went really well. It was tough, and everyone was at single digits by the time I got to the end of it, but we won. He just made us work for it. It also didn't help that Halberd, like I said, it's a tricky environment. But that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. As always, Tabletop Simulator, the Reavers, Sentinels, and Cauldron DLC are not licensed Creative Games products. Please support the official release and flip.